April 15th, 2026. We're going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to be honest, I just got to get some things off of my chest. And I started an evaluation for a prop firm, and it's teaching me a lot, and I'm glad I'm doing it, because you can have a strategy, but until you can align yourself with that strategy, it doesn't mean anything. And you'll never make money if you don't align with the strategy and trust it and align with it and execute with complete perfect faith. You might not be perfect. I am not perfect. But your faith in the strategy can be perfect. You can have perfect faith in the strategy. So I just had to get that off my chest and talk about the market. We're obviously going just bananas right now with this recovery. I mean, this is a very aggressive recovery in NASDAQ, in the market in general. We always want to look at the momentum on a daily chart along with the volume to get an idea of how much bias we should have. So our bias is obviously to the upside. We're looking for opportunities to go to the upside as the days are unfolding because of this information. And when we see the upward opportunities where everything is aligning, we want to be striking hard. We want to be striking harder than normal. So with that being said, we're going to do this a little bit differently. I'm just going to go over... We're going to skip the 1 minute chart, the 2 minute chart, the 3 minute chart. We're just going to look at the 5 minute chart, the 15 minute chart, and the 30. And we're just going to find the alignments that occurred previous day, since I didn't record previous day, and then today. We're not going to talk about my trades. We're not going to talk about anything other than the alignments that occurred, so that we can just go over them and review them together. So we're going to start with yesterday, which was the 14th of April. We're going to market open right here on a 5 minute chart. Here we are on the 5 minute extended data. This is also a 5 minute extended data right here. I'm just showing you my normal setup. Normally here there would be a 1 minute chart or a 2 minute chart here. We're going to go over the 5 minute for this representation. So we're looking for an alignment to occur. Then we want to hop in when we get a volume confluence, okay? So the market opens right here. This is the first 5 minutes of the market, yesterday, the 14th. At this time, our 15 is already going up. Our 30 minute is crossing over and about to go up. And we know that there's a lot of upward potential because remember when we looked at the daily chart, what that was showing us? So that's good. We're really ready. We're looking for our first setup. And look what happens. The price comes down, touches VWAP, plays with VWAP for a few minutes. And then what do you see? A volume confluence on the right side of the momentum. That was the setup right there. That was the entry. Volume confluence on the right side of the momentum, aligning with the higher time frames. That's a good win right there that would have occurred. Let's look, just keep your eyes here. Look up, down. Now it goes up right here. That would have been a loss. That's all right. That happens. Look at this going down. Wait for the next time for it to go up. Because why? We're going to the upside, remember? All of the momentum. Going up right here. Not a volume confluence yet. But this next one is a volume confluence right here. That's another win. The next 5 minute candle was another volume confluence. And that was another win. So that's good. That's the major alignment from yesterday, right there, which happened at 10:25, depending on what time zone you're in. So it was not too far after the market opened, and that was your major entry right there. You could go big, you could have runners for the rest of the day, you can do whatever you want. Just as long as you understand and see that as the major alignment that occurred yesterday. That's the important part. And then there was a few other alignments that occurred. The most notable was this one. The 15 minute is now pulling to the upside for the first time. Look at the 15 minutes selling off, selling off, selling off. Now it's starting to pull up. So these right here, these sets of candles, that's a nice alignment channel that occurred right here. See that alignment channel that's occurring? With the momentum all going in the same direction. More risky and not as good as that initial one that we just covered. Now we're going to go over the major entry alignment that occurred today. We're going to see where that was. On a 5-minute chart, we're not even going to use the 1 minute or 2 minute or 3 minute chart. We're just going to talk about the 5-minute chart. You can get way more entries and you can get more wins if you go and use the 1 minute and 2 minute chart and the 3-minute chart. But we're just going to go over the principle. What's the principle of it all? Let's find where they're all going in the same direction, okay? 30 minutes, starting with 30 minutes, going up. Right at the market open, it's starting to go up. It's crossing over to the green. We want to wait for that to occur for sure. 15 minute is already in the green, so that's strong. The 5 minute already in the green, really strong. And remember from what we discussed on the daily chart, we know that our daily chart is ripping to the upside, so we're really getting ready for these upward moves. Mentally, we're really looking for them. So where's our first volume confluence? It's right here. It's this candle right here. That's our first volume confluence. If it's a small candle like this, you would set your stop loss at the previous candle's low and treat it like normal, and that would have been a win right there. Perfect. Let's see, can we find another volume confluence on the right side? Yep, right there, which would have been a loss. Would have been a loss, and that's all right. We're just identifying the major alignments. The next major alignment didn't occur. Why do I say that? Because this 5 minute is going to just keep going down the whole time, and every time it comes up, there's not even going to be a volume confluence to call it a real one. Except for right here. That does occur right here. That's a volume confluence on the right side of the momentum. Ticks to the upside. 30 minute unbroken and strong. 15 minutes still strong, but tapering a little bit. Nonetheless, that was another win. Another good entry. The next time we get a full alignment to the upside is right here. 15 crossing into the green. 30 minutes strong to the green. The 5 minute now in the green and raising. Look what just happened on the volume, by the way, just before this point. Another good win. Another volume confluence on the right side of the momentum happens right here. Another good win. And every time you see a bar break, a bar finish above another bar, and you've got high conviction because there's a lot of upward momentum going on, those can also be entries. Not the official entry for this strategy that I use. It's still a good entry nonetheless most of the time. This was another volume confluence. Look, 15 minutes strong to the green, 30 minutes strong in the green. Look at this. Volume confluence. And the momentum stalls. Momentum's falling right here. Look, falling, stalled. Volume confluence. Bar break. And that is the setup. With that much being said, I'll see you in the next one.